Hey, what's up, traders? This is the watch list video for Monday, March 28th. Starting off with the daily chart of the SPY, as I always do. Small gap up on Friday, sold off, but ended up going out near its high. So, again, impressive strength in the overall market. But more importantly for me, as a day trader, there's individual stocks making really nice moves, and we're seeing several good A plus setups. I'll go over one from Friday, and that is PIK, which I'll take Friday's candle out of it. All right, so remember, we had the gap up here, massive volume, another big gap up, but kind of a reversal that day, and then we just kept falling, right, on decreasing volume. So I kept saying I'm going to watch this for a bounce. Each subsequent day, maybe 2 or 3 days in a row, I had this on bounce watch. I did say I like it to get down to that buy zone area between the blue and the red. That's more powerful for me. Anyway, fast forward to Friday morning, and then we had the gap down. It sold off. You see volume starting to come in. I took a screenshot. This is from the chat room. You can see that I typed in chat. PIK over high of day would be the gap down bounce play entry, which is basically right where that arrow is. You also saw the volume coming in. And you see some other texts, whatever, posts in the chat room from people that got this one with me. This was my biggest gainer of the day. And so there's the high of day break. I mean, that thing just went nuts. And it's really not complicated. It's as simple as a recent high flyer, pulling back to the buy zone, and a decent little opening range breakout. And you see the results. Really, really nice trade there. So I wanted to go over that one. There were others as well, but I also want to get into the watch list for Monday, so I'm going to do that. But that was just a neat, clean setup and a perfect example of talking about recent stocks recently starting to make really nice moves. All right, so anyway, what are we watching for Monday? Tilray, TLRY, massive volume on Friday. Had the gap up. Wasn't an easy trade if you thought, oh, I'm just going to get long on Tilray on the gap up, because if you look at the intraday, gapped up, sold off, then looked like it was going to take out the high day, and then blood lower for like a couple hours before slowly climbing its way back up. So when you glance at the daily, it looks like that was an easy long. If you're a day trader, it probably wasn't. I never did trade Tilray, by the way. But we're going to watch that for some follow through. All the pot stocks are strong. Speaking of which, I left before I think around the final hour Friday. I had something to do. But hopefully some of you guys caught this intraday cup and handle. Massive breakout there. Anyway, just like Tilray, big volume and a strong close. There's two pot stocks I'm going to keep an eye on. ALLG, recent high flyer. Looks like it broke its highs in the afternoon. Anyway, it's as simple as a recent high flyer making big moves. Got to have it on a chart. REVB. I don't love this, but it's showing some volume lately. And let's see, this would have been Wednesday. Topped out at 288. Lo and behold, it topped out again at 288 on Friday. So interesting over that area. We'll see if it gives an A plus setup on Monday. YTRA. I don't love this because this big volume stick here is still only not even 1.5 million shares. So it doesn't trade a high volume. But it is kind of interesting through 2, right? It's hit 2 several times. Or close here, 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 and here. So maybe a break of 2 will get some upside movement. So again, it's a lower volume stock. Not too excited about that one, but I watched it on Friday because it was on the gap playlist, so I'm just going to go ahead and throw it on the list for Monday. PIK, again, made that huge intraday move on Friday, but it did close well off of its highs, but it's a recent high flyer, so we're going to keep that one on watch. Triple L, LLL, just had a crazy move. This probably would have been, Tuesday? Wednesday, Thursday? Yeah, Tuesday. Then looked like it was rolling over, and now it closed on Friday about where it closed on Tuesday. You have some topping tails up here, but it does get moving at times, so I'm going to keep an eye on that one. CELZ had the gap up on Friday and gap up on Wednesday and topped out at 390, and it's kind of working its way back up there. Over that area is interesting, so that one lands itself on a chart. Remember, I make my money between the bells, so I'm looking for a day trade setup in any of these if I get it. GTLB had a massive move from like around 30 to over 60 in about a week, and now it's just been pulling back on lower volume. It's been on bounce watch for several days for me, and never did give a setup. Those of you know what I look for, you can kind of see this is still setting up. If I get an A plus setup, I'm going to take a trade in GTLB. NRSN, also recent high flyer, several days in a row, down in a row, much lower volume, hit the 8-day on Friday. Certainly worth keeping an eye on. And then I also threw HYMC on watch as a potential gap play for Monday, because it looks like it went out in after hours Friday at $1.56. So above the last week's worth of trading. This is the one that I think the AMC CEO bought a chunk of. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this is the one. And I think GLD, gold itself, has been relatively strong lately. So there's my list. We'll also watch for other gappers in the pre-market tomorrow morning and add those to our list as well. Should be plenty to trade. So let's stay vigilant. Let's stay alert, because there is money to be made right now. Right? All right, I'm done babbling. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. I'll see you guys in the chat room.